was Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, and we are Discount Discourse with your hosts Sharmalyne and
Reuben.
So, you probably would not have guessed from the song we just played.
I feel like that's how we've been starting a lot of episodes lately.
What the theme was.
You probably would not have guessed from the song what the theme of the episode
which
is.
defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
But what is our theme for today, Reuben?
Our theme for today, Sharmalyne, is celebrities. We're talking about the silver screen, we're talking about the red carpet, we're talking about celebrities. I ran out of synonyms for that. So yeah, we've got some stuff on celebrity encounters that we personally have had, and we've had stuff on. What else have we had stuff on? What have we got stuff on? What have we got to talk about?
Well, it's about celebrities, so we're going to talk about celebrities we've met.
Yes.
Either directly or indirectly.
Yes, that is. And we have. I can't say listener suggestions. I cannot say we have listener suggestions. I can say we have a listener suggestion. And we'll probably do a bit of fan favourite feature
breakdown in
tears. So what we're going to do now is stick another song on. What we've kind of done for the theme of this, for the music theming for this one, is because I was kind of thinking, how do you associate celebrities with songs?
Yeah.
Well, celebrities, famous people. Let's play some famous songs.
Yeah, supposedly Radioactive by Imagine Dragons is in the top 10 most streamed songs ever.
Yeah, it was something like that. If I was more prepared, what I'd have done is for each of those songs, I'd have a little statistic to share with you. I can probably do that while the song is playing, can't I? But I had a look at the Wikipedia list of most streamed, most bought singles, and then I kind of cherry picked from there. So what I'm going to do now is play some Elton John, Something About the Way You Look Tonight. That's Elton John saying there's something about the way you look tonight. You know who he's saying that about?
No, who's he saying that about?
Princess Diana.
What?
Yeah, that's what the song is about. That is, according to trustworthy source Wikipedia, is the best-selling single of all time, according to the Recording Industry Association of America. Best-selling single of all time.
Princess Diana, why did he write that?
Well, what famously happened to Princess Diana?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So he wrote that after she passed away?
Yeah.
Oh. This is his
memorial
tribute?
song. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like it's not in the mood to sing. It seems too...
Well, it's not a happy song, is it? It's not there's no kind of I'm still standing going on there, is there? It's it's very longing.
I guess, yeah.
I'm not suggesting that he was longing for Princess Diana, but what I mean is I think it fits the mood. So we've got big news. We've got big news going on.
Well, more in your department, yeah.
Yeah, go on. Right. Do you wanna say what's going on? What's been going on?
Oh, well, so if you haven't already, follow us on Discount Discourse on Instagram, or email in at discountdiscourseshow@gmail.com.
Yes. Often on this show, you will hear me lament the fact that I plug this email at least twice per episode, and nobody actually gets in touch until now, right? Until now, because we've had an email to discountdiscourseshow@gmail.com.
One singular email.
We've had one singular email. And I did say before, I said on the other episode, the first person to email in will win a mystery prize. I'm not going to say what the mystery prize is yet.
I think I accidentally told them what the mystery...
Okay, well, you've told the individual what the mystery prize is. I'm not going to say it on air, because in case we can't get the mystery prize to work. So, God, this is a great radio, isn't it? There's a mystery prize that you're not going to get and you don't know what it is. But yeah, this is our number one listener, Toru, who has sent in a bunch of suggestions for the show, which is nice.
And some really good ones, actually.
So you might be hearing us talk about some of the suggested topics. So what are we here for? We're here for celebrities.
Yes, we are.
Celebrity encounters. Tell me about a celebrity encounter you've had.
Okay, how many celebrities have I met? Well, I met Jacqueline Wilson when she came to my school.
This is, of course, Jacqueline Wilson of Tracy Beaker. Fame.
And
Did she do Hetty Feather?
Yeah, she did Hetty Feather, but the Diamond book came out around that time, so I got that signed by her when she came to my school. And then I also decided I was going to give her a suggestion for the next Hetty Feather book, because Diamond ends in sort of a cliffhanger. So, and it's part of the Hetty Feather series, and like all the books are like jewel themed, like emerald or whatever. So I told her, oh, why don't you name the next Hetty Feather book Twilight Crown? And then she told me I can't do that because Stephanie Meyer will give me a cease and desist.
Right.
So I can't do that, unfortunately. And then so that was the extent of my encounter.
Did she really say to like child you,
yeah,
I'm gonna get a cease and desist?
Yeah.
Did you understand what that meant at the
time?
No.
Because I was in primary school, so she just told me this. She said she couldn't use... Well, I gathered from her tone of voice that she was saying that she couldn't use the name I'd suggested. Yeah. But, like, the big words she'd used hadn't really...
Do you think she just told, like, all of her kind of, like, private affairs to, like, school kids coming in that day for signings? Like,
well, I don't think anyone was as adventurous as me to give a suggestion for a book title.
Like the next kid after you comes in and she starts divulging, the last one hasn't sold as well as I would have liked it to.
Yeah. And then another celebrity I've met is Sam Smith, because he filmed a music video in the church opposite my school.
Yes.
So we saw the filming crew, and then we saw him vaguely.
That's not really a celebrity encounter. That's like
it's an encounter. I didn't say I met him like face to face. I did encounter him though.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
That's two.
My mum and my brother, when they were at the hospital for a checkup, and then they sat next to Jo Brand and her grandson.
Yeah.
So that's Celebrity Meet 3
by proxy.
By proxy. And then,
of course, you've got you've got a relation.
I've got a famous relation. Yeah, I met MIA at a funeral because she's technically my aunt. So
technically, under a technicality.
Well, more like it's my mum's cousin, so she's my aunt that way.
She's related to you, either way. Yeah. That's 4. That's like 3. It was 3 1 by proxy.
Yeah.
I can't beat that. I can give you 1.
One more. When me and my family we were in, I think it was Isle of Wight, or it was either Isle of Wight or Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Bournemouth. It was definitely Bournemouth. Okay, so we were there,
I like Bournemouth.
And my brother and my dad went out to get like bread or something, as you do. And who did they bump into filming a new show on like the random high street in Bournemouth?
Bradley Walsh.
No, Stephen Mulhern doing In for a Penny, In for a Pound. So my dad and my brother were in the audience for Stephen Mulhern doing In for a Penny, In for a Pound.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know him personally, and I'm not going to be libelous, I'm not going to slander anyone here, but I see too much of Stephen Mulhern for my liking.
He was good on Tricky TV.
Yes, that's kind of his origin.
That was his origin story, yeah.
Yeah. And then he kind of picked up... What was the first thing he did? It was like catchphrase, I think, maybe.
Probably, yeah.
That he picked up. And then he's gotten his mitts on every single
ITV game show.
It's crazy. I don't know what's going on over there.
What does he know about who?
I've met... people in the audience may be familiar with... I guess, especially people in our kind of generation, Minecraft YouTuber Stampy, who was, the guy when I was about age 9. That was like I think the person I would have desired to meet the most at that point in my life.
Yeah.
And I did. I went to, it was like some kind of games convention thing. I don't remember where it was, but we went and he was there. We knew that he was there. We went and he was there. And he was playing some, like, it was like some kind of, like, red barriered... he was in some kind of, like, specific Minecraft event where he was, like, playing the game with some lucky kids. So I thought, all right, this is ridiculous. I deserve to be in there. So I just slipped under the barrier and went to chat to him.
Nice.
Yeah. He was he was a proper lovely chap, I will say. Like, I don't know, parasocial relationships, all that. But as far what I know about him from my brief encounter with him at like age 9, is that he's a wonderful man. Wonderful, wonderful man.
I love the way that you said, "Oh, he's such a stand."
I was gonna say stand-up guy.
I gathered that, and then you just ended it there, and I was like, okay, so he's a JoJo's stand user.
I wonder how many people are going to get that reference.
Yeah.
But then I got a couple by proxy, I think. I think both through my mum. Well, because Alan Moore, in my hometown, Alan Moore lives... That's not really a sentence, is it? Let's try that one again. I originate from the same town as famed comic book artist Alan Moore.
Writer as well.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Artist and writer. He's not just a one-trick pony. And I've walked past his kind of house on numerous occasions, and it's great because it's kind of this row of terraced houses, and it's just like normal house. You get to his door, it's like purple. It's got this kind of like snake, like door knocker, and it's normal terraced house immediately after. I think my mum might have met him once, but she did also meet. She did like encounter. I won't say meet. She did encounter the Proclaimers. In a pub, which is, if anyone's not aware, it's the two Scottish fellas who sung I Would Walk 500 Miles and I Would Walk 500 More. And so what an encounter. Celebrity encounters.
Wow.
Should you sing a song on?
Yeah, let's sing a song on.
If you can tell, we're running on low steam today. Neither of us are on much sleep. So we're kind of just... You might get more songs than you.
Maybe you guys could DM in some other celebrity encounters.
Actually, we can have a go at our listeners for this. We can have a go at our listener base, because we've tried to be nice, all right? We've tried to like kind of gently suggest, why don't you email in? We put a post up. We've been putting the effort in. Frankly, you guys haven't.
Come on, guys, you must have met at least one famous person in your life.
When you see, if you value us, I'm just saying, when you see us post something on Discount Discourse on Instagram, just have a look at it, reply to it, yeah? Because we need your input for this show to function. It's falling apart. Right, Whitney Houston's coming on now. Whitney Houston's coming on, and she's saying, I will always love you. And that's what I'm saying to listen. I will say, I will always love you if you get in touch at Discount Discourse discountdiscourseshow@gmail.com. Get in touch with us, and I will always love you.
So that was, it was Whitney Houston for one, and that was I Will Always Love You. A very deserving song to be in most streamed / bought songs of all time.
Yes, if I'd been more prepared, I would have been able to tell you how exactly that kind of qualifies, but I digress. I don't really know how to segue from that song into the Chuckle Brothers.
Well, since we have shared our celebrity encounters, we asked you guys to send in your celebrity encounters / pop culture events if you haven't met any celebrities.
One listener, I'm very disappointed, I will say. One listener took the time to respond with the rip-roaring anecdote of... my dad bumped into Paul from the Chuckle Brothers on the high street. It being our only kind of listener response. I asked for more info, and Dad just allegedly bumped into him and kind of said hello, and then they both got on their ways. So that's the kind of like thrilling anecdotes you get here on this show. But it would have been funny, I think, if, Paul had been walking along and he'd been carrying some kind of, large object and then bumped into your dad and you had to pass it over, and there was a bit of to me to you going on. I said this to the listener, who then said, and then No Slacking pops his head round the corner and lambasts the two. If you're not, I don't know how up to speed you are with Chuckle Brothers lore. Do you remember the character No Slacking?
No.
This is like, because I had to refresh my memory by looking at the Chuckle Brothers wiki, which thankfully, thank God, is a resource that exists on the internet. It's called, I believe, Chucklepedia. And I had a look, and No Slacking is the kind of recurring character in Chuckle Brothers who will kind of shout at the two Chuckle Brothers and tell them, no slacking. That's where it gets his name from.
Wow.
And fun fact, it was played by one of the actor who plays the No Slacking guy, is one of the brothers of like the Chuckle Brothers. Like,
wait, what? There's more than 2?
There's 4 Chuckle Brothers.
What?
I'm being serious. There's 4 Chuckle Brothers. He's like, he's brother number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, I have fact checked this. So, he married at 84. He's sadly deceased now, but at 84 years of age, he married a 25-year-old Chuckle Brothers fan.
Yum.
So there's love in the world, even for the Chuckle Brothers fan base.
Great.
So
there's 4 Chuckle Brothers. It's like when there's always celebrity brothers, and then it always comes out that they've got a secret. What? Another one. The Hemsworths have Andrew, or I think it's called Andrew. I think he's called Andrew. The Jonas Brothers have a secret younger brother as well. I think he might be called Andrew. One of them's called Andrew.
Stop naming your babies Andrew.
And anyone else? Oh, well, the Culkins, they have... Well, they're all actors, but one of them's slightly less famous.
Because there's a famous one, isn't there?
There's Macaulay and Kieran.
Yes,
they're the 2 most famous. And then they've got Rory.
How do you say the first guy's name?
Well, Macaulay.
Yeah, he's Home Alone Kid.
Home Alone Kid.
And
then Kieran Culkin.
I know from Scott Pilgrim.
And I know from Succession.
Yes.
And then...
Is there a third one?
There's Rory, he's an actor. And I don't know him except from people like fan casting him and stuff. And then I think there's another one as well, because the only reason I know is that everyone on Twitter keeps pitting the Culkins against the Skarsgård's children.
Yeah.
Because there's also more than just the 2 brothers. There's a whole like 7 nation army of them.
Yeah. 7 nation.
Yeah, I think there's like 7 of them, but yeah.
Missed opportunity, I think. You've got the 3 Culkin brothers. You could have done like a triple Home Alone, like triple whammy, where there's like 3 brothers. And
Kieran Culkin's in Home Alone 1 and 2. He plays, the like little brother in those movies.
Yeah, that's not much of a role, is it, though?
Yeah, well, he was 5 or 4 or...
Yeah, well, so was the main kid.
No, the main kid was like 7 at least. Like, he could speak properly.
Yeah, okay.
As opposed to the other ones.
Fair enough. Oh, good films, Home Alone.
I've never seen them.
You've never seen Home Alone? That's shocking to me.
Because why would I see them?
Because... Well, you don't... with Home Alone, I feel like that's not something that you choose. Nobody at any point in their life kind of says actively, today I will choose to watch Home Alone.
No, exactly.
It happens to you because it's, like, on the TV.
But it isn't on the TV, though. That's the thing.
But
I've seen bits of number 2, because it had Donald Trump in it, so then they would play it on TV.
Home Alone 2 is the Christmas-themed one. So
Lost in New York, yeah. So I've seen a bit of that one.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the first one or the third one or the fourth one.
Yeah, after, I think, Home Alone 3 is where the kind of a downturn of the Home Alone...
Well, yeah, because it's a whole different family.
Yeah.
And then Home Alone 4 is a reboot, I think.
Yeah. And then there's, like, I think the Home Alone franchise is still going today, I believe.
What is there to go off of?
Well, I don't know, this is the thing. There's only so many times...
that, like, a pair of burglars can... burgle to rich people's houses and then get caught.
Before you start thinking, right, the police should be kind of getting onto this and not relying on children to set booby traps. Home Alone.
Have you seen that theory where people say that Kevin McAllister, like the character, he grows up to be Jigsaw from the Saw franchise?
Yeah, I think you told me about this. I never get these, like, cross-franchise... I know they're kind of done. It's, like, a joke, right? But, I don't know. There's one for... I don't know if you've seen Malcolm in the Middle. And obviously stars Bryan Cranston, famous, of course, for being Walter White in Breaking Bad. There's a theory along those lines that suggests that after the events of Breaking Bad... he goes into witness protection and then becomes the dad in Malcolm in the Middle.
See, that's the whole thing with iCarly as well, because in Drake and Josh, Miranda Cosgrove, who plays iCarly, and then the dude that plays Spencer Shay, her older brother, they're both in Drake and Josh, except she plays... roles. Yeah, because she plays, like, their younger sister, and then he plays some crazy... neighbor, like an actual lunatic. And then there's a theory that he kidnaps the little sister and then, like, gives her amnesia or something, and then tricks her into thinking she's the little sister of him, and then they move to Seattle, and then they do iCarly.
Right. I think amnesia is usually a bit of a cop-out with stuff like this, isn't it? Like, you can justify... I could connect... You give me 2 films right now, and I'll find a way to connect them using amnesia as a plot device.
Lord of the Rings and Horton Hears a Who.
Okay, right. Frodo, after the events of Lord of the Rings... Right, what happens in the last one? They throw the ring into the volcano. Everyone's happily ever after, right? Except it's not, because what actually happens is they throw the ring into the volcano, which gives him amnesia, and then he wakes up reincarnated as an elephant. And that leads directly into Horton Hears a Who by Dr. Seuss.
Wow, that was so great.
Yeah.
Okay, should we
stick
a song on?
And then we can come back, we can do Breakdown in Tears.
Yeah, the next song is supposedly a famous song.
Yes, just supposedly. You're going to get... No, you're not going to get angry messages. We're not going to get any messages. But you can get anger from me. This is My Sweet Lord by George Harrison. It's a fantastic song. I'm going to get the stats up, so after this, I can prove you wrong, and we can laugh at your expense. This is My Sweet Lord. My Sweet Lord by George Harrison, of course, ex-Beatle. That was the top-selling single of 1971. There's a stat for you.
Great.
Great stuff. So what we're going to do now, I guess, is fan favourite feature, Breakdown in Tears. Do you want to explain how this all works?
So Breakdown in Tears is the bit where we bring a topic to the table, probably related to like the theme of the week, and we rank it and we add it to a tier list, a bit like those ones you see on YouTube where it goes from S tier to F tier. Yeah.
So what have you got? What have you got to bring to the table today?
What I've got to bring are celebrity gag interviewers. So again, that's probably not the title, but people like Amelia de Moldenberg, where they interview celebrities, but they've got like a gag. So her gag is being super sarcastic and eating fried chicken.
Yeah.
Or there's the Hot Ones guy who like forces everyone to eat
Was it like kind of gimmick interview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think?
I think when done right, it can work. It works very well because it makes the celebrities seem more human.
Yeah.
And it also lowers their guard.
Yeah,
so when they answer questions, they can answer more authentically.
Yeah, I do love the kind of niche of gimmick interview where it's like deliberately like someone kind of playing a really terrible interviewer, which is really funny, and you see like the celebrities like kind of try and stay composed, which I think you probably know what I'm thinking of when I say this. Is of course the classic Elijah When Will You Wear Wigs? Where what's the guy's name? The co-star of Lord of the Rings?
I don't even know that. But
one of the
the guy who plays Merry.
Yeah, the guy who plays Merry, one of the hobbits. Email in if you know his name. He interviewed Elijah Wood, who plays Frodo.
He dressed up as a German guy.
He like kind of did this ridiculous accent, and Elijah Wood couldn't actually see him, and just asked him these bizarre questions like, "Do you wear wigs?
When will you wear wigs?"
And it's really funny. Look it up. What tier are you giving that?
I'm giving that maybe a B tier. Only because I really like it, but then the downside is that it spawns copycats of people trying to copy gimmicks of other people and then oversaturating the market and stuff like that.
Have you seen much of, this is kind of related to the topic, have you seen much of Philomena Kunk?
Yes, I've watched her whole Kunk on Britain thing.
Because it's kind of like, that's almost the inverse of what is... Well, I guess not even in inverse. It's like where she kind of goes to these like experts.
Yeah, and then she
pretends to poses as a like completely idiot. That's really funny. Yeah. I like that. I like it when you take someone who's in like a position of, you know, a lot of knowledge or a lot of respect, and then just ask them ridiculous stuff. And that's very funny. I'll give it a B as well. I think. Yeah. Because it's not changing the world.
Yeah.
But, you know, it makes my life more enjoyable. The fact that Elijah Wood, When Will You Wear Wigs?
It exists.
That, like, when I finally kick the bucket, I'm going to look back on my life and say, yeah, I'm glad that happened. So yeah, I think that's B tier from both of us, isn't it? What I had to bring to the table is the celebrity cameo.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Right, okay, that was a visceral reaction immediately.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Where would you put it then?
Well, okay. Just wait. You said you immediately went, "Oh my god!" Explain your thought process.
Like it can work, but I feel like stuff like the Stan Lee stuff. I feel that's cute because it's the guy who made all of these stuff.
Yeah, Stan Lee showing up in Marvel.
Yeah,
films.
So then him showing up in all these Marvel films where he created the character is kind of like, oh, there's the old guy that is basically their dad.
But he's like a janitor or something.
Yeah, because he's always watching everyone, that kind of thing. Like, that's cute.
Yeah.
And then it was retconned into he was a watcher and, well, like, his role was to actively...
Yeah, and that's silly. That takes away all of the...
Yeah, that takes away the fun of the cameo because they tried to, like...
Make it into lore.
yeah. So that was kind of... But then other cameos... I guess sometimes cameos are put in just for the sake of saying that there's another famous person in this movie or another famous character. Watch it then.
Yeah.
Without actually adding to the story.
Yeah. I mean, it depends, right? Because, like, one of my favourite things ever is The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Which is, like, a lot of episodes are very reliant on celebrity guests, right? But I think the more kind of tasteful and timeless Simpsons episodes with celebrity guests tend to be the ones where the celebrity is playing a character that is not themselves.
Like, I like the Anne Hathaway one where she comes and is like the smarter girl than Lisa and they're like rivals or something. Yeah.
There's the fame. I feel like we always bring up Michael Jackson on this show. He's in every episode.
That's because he's haunting you.
Yeah, because his spirit is haunting me. But there's the famous Michael Jackson episode of The Simpsons as well, where he plays this kind of convict, and there's a whole thing with that where I don't think it was Michael Jackson who actually sung the songs in the episode. Like, he voiced the character, but Michael Jackson actually singing the songs was way too expensive. So a Michael Jackson impersonator sung Michael Jackson's songs in the episode, which is quite funny. Fact check that, because I might not be right. But that's a good one. He sings a song called Lisa, It's Your Birthday.
That reminds me of there's a Family Guy episode.
Yeah.
It's either Family Guy or American Dad. It's one of those kind of things. And what's his face? The Weeknd cameos.
Yeah.
And he sings a whole song about how he's a virgin, and then like that's just the whole song.
Gosh, right.
And it's like an original, and it's not available anywhere, even though it's kind of a good song.
I like. Have you seen Extras, the TV show Extras?
No, I've been told to watch it though.
That's interesting. That's like, because it's kind of the whole thing is every episode is based around a celebrity kind of cameo, celebrity guest star. But the kind of thing is that they all play like really horrible versions of themselves.
Yeah. Or do they?
Or is it real? Or is that just the real deal? But like, as an example, like there's the first episode. I think it was Ben Stiller.
What?
And he's like directing this film, and he's just complete like horrible person to everyone on the set. And most of it kind of comes down to celebrity being a horrible person.
Yeah,
but there's Daniel Radcliffe's in it as well, and his episode is really funny. Would recommend. But I think what the point I'm not getting to a point, but what I think is in my head somewhere is that there are tasteful celebrity cameos, and there are, like you said, celebrity kind of cameos where the purpose is just to have an extra name to kind of stick on something. I think if you can have like a celebrity cameo where you play in an interesting way with the celebrity's kind of public persona. Oh,
like Eminem in The Interview.
Yes, that's
a really good one.
That's a really good one. Yeah,
I really like that one.
But when you do something, rather than just being, hey, look, it's Eminem. You like Eminem, right? And then that's the kind of thing. It's like, okay, this is what you know about Eminem. Let's comedically subvert it.
Yeah.
I don't think we really talk about the details of that on air.
Okay, I will then.
Hang on. Can we talk about this on air?
Yeah. Basically, he says that he's gay.
Yeah.
Because in the plot of The Interview, like, long story short, it's about an interview. So obviously there's several interviews in the film. Yeah, there's several interviews in the film, and one of them, like, to get the premise across, the first interview in the movie is with Eminem.
Yeah.
And then, the whole gag is that Eminem features a load of, like, gay-related lyrics, and then he gets interviewed by James Franco, and he's like, oh, why do you say a load of gay words? And he said, because I'm gay.
Yeah,
and then, like,
but
that's the gag.
Eminem comes out as gay.
Yeah.
Which is, like, perhaps what you wouldn't expect
yeah.
in real life. Celebrity cameos, I'm going to give that... I'm going to give that a C.
I was going to give that a C.
Yeah,
okay. This is the first time we've agreed on both rankings.
Things.
Yeah.
This is good. C because... I've just said a load of things I like about
love them or hate them,
but the vast majority of celebrity cameos are not the good ones.
Yeah,
they're just kind of, oh look.
I will say one celebrity cameo I did surprisingly like. It was Zoolander 2.
Yeah,
and at the beginning, to set up the return of spoilers, to set up the return of Mugatu from the first one, they kill off Justin Bieber. And that was quite a good bit because, like, Justin Bieber was on the run because he was escaping Mugatu, and then at the end when he's dying, he's like, we need to call Zoolander and let him know that Mugatu's back.
Is that like the opening scene of the film?
Yeah, that's the opening scene of the film. Okay, that's pretty good for a celebrity carry. See, I like when celebrities can
take a joke at their expense.
Yeah, exactly. So they can agree to make fun of themselves.
Yeah, we were watching the Impractical Jokers last night, and there's one, I don't know, like, the premise of the show is that it's these four guys and they just kind of to make each other do,
they do
like, degrading, humiliating, like, publicly kind of, like, just cringeworthy things, basically. And one of the guys is forced to get a tattoo of Jaden Smith, and then goes to a Jaden Smith, like, something where Jaden Smith's speaking, and like goes up to him and shows him the tattoo. Which is just, it makes you wince.
That's not really a cameo, though.
Is it? Yeah, no.
Okay, well, the tattoo's not really a cameo. That's what you're trying to allude to.
What I was trying to get at is, like, Jaden Smith, in that instance, was clearly able to kind of take a joke at his own expense. Like, oh, this is weird, this guy's got a tattoo of my face on it, let me pop up in the show and kind of be like, wow, you've got a tattoo.
Yeah.
Jaden Smith, son of Will Smith. I like Will Smith, but I don't like Will.
Were you about to say you don't like Will Smith?
I'm not going to share my personal opinions on Will Smith. He's done some great stuff. Obviously, there's been some not so good Will Smith stuff in the news over the past few years, right? I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh,
let's move on from Will Smith. Should we wrap things up on this show?
Yeah, we've got 4 minutes left.
Will Smith. I think we just need to be stopped.
Yeah. Okay, so final thoughts. So we put celebrity gimmick interviews at B, and then cameos at C.
Cameos at C.
Nice.
Jaden Smith at S. No, we didn't put Jaden Smith at S. And that's celebrities. Talked about some encounters with celebrities. We've talked about. That's most. That's what
the show was about. Yeah.
Right. So we'll be back next week. We haven't decided on next week's theme.
Yeah. Next week isn't the final show. It's the pre-final show.
Yeah. So the final show. Well, I don't know why I said final. The final show.
Yeah.
Will be in a couple of weeks' time, and that's going to be a nice special episode. If you recall, last semester we did a kind of similar special for the last episode. Next week will be bog standard episode. Well, that doesn't really sell it, does it?
No, we're going to think of an amazing.
It's going to be an amazing episode. So tune in.
Well, it'll be amazing as long as you guys give us suggestions in the box.
Give us suggestions in the box at discourse. discourse@gmail.com. Right. Any last words? Any parting thoughts?
No. Have a great day.
Have a great day. Have a blessed day. Have Dancing Queen by ABBA.